Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do have a prepared statement, but I'd like to speak to one of the things that Mr. Trigger talked about, and that is the Butler County Chamber Caucus. I've talked to at least one member of that caucus who tells me that they heard one side of the story on this project. They heard from none of the people that were opposed to this. They only heard from the people who were in support of this. So they're unanimous support. You can take it for what it's worth. I know there are some here tonight who want one or more of the 500 temporary jobs or a shot at one of the 75 permanent jobs this project could bring to the area. I believe there are a few here tonight who are less concerned about the jobs they may rail about versus the reduced energy costs their employer, AK Steel, would gain from this project. We can't blame either group for wanting jobs or a lower electric bill. However, I believe the upside of those jobs or a lower electric bill would be more than offset by the damage a coke plant would do to our community in the long run. SunCoke supporters claim that we don't want the plant simply because of the effect it would have on our property values. They're right, but it's not really that simple. These folks don't like to talk about what would actually cause our property values to decline, and they always fail to mention what happens to community when those values fall. The value of Monroe homes would fall because our homes and our property would be dirtier, the ground our children play on and the air they breathe would be less safe. We know from the accounts of the families living by the SunCoke Haverhill facility that sometimes our air quality would be so foul, families would feel forced to just stay inside. As a consequence, some families would move to another community. Families looking for a place to settle would think twice about Monroe if they perceive our community to be part of a dirty and declining factory town. As property values fall, funding for Monroe schools would be reduced. It seems logical to me that this decline would make future economic development more difficult. I believe this downward spiral would eventually be felt throughout Monroe. There's undoubtedly pressure to give up this fight from some inside our town, probably even more from interests outside Monroe. We recognize that fighting this project isn't easy or cheap. You've spent a significant amount of money, and you're facing the likelihood of spending more. I submit that for the reasons I've outlined, the long-term price of failure would be even greater. Your primary responsibility is to the citizens of Monroe, but it's fair to say that your efforts have also protected those disregarded by your counterparts to the north. It's a shame that the children attending Amanda Elementary and the residents of Garden Manor couldn't count on their elected officials to protect their health and safety. So thank you for fighting for healthier families, safer air, and a cleaner community. Thank you for investing to keep Monroe a great place to live, to work, and to raise children. Thank you for having the foresight to prevent the blight of potentially dangerous pollution, dirt, and noise a coke plant on our border would bring to our community. We commend City Council for staying in this fight for the sake of all Monroe families.